Good morning, student. Today we will see how Kirchhoff's law can be applied in a complicated circuit. In the previous class, we have discussed Kirchhoff's first rule, Kirchhoff's second rule, and all the things which is necessary before applying Kirchhoff's rule. In that, we have discussed that in a branch, current remains same. So this is very important concept, and in a branch current remains same means, suppose this is a circuit, there are two junctions B and D. Now branch means to move from one junction to other junction, what are the different paths? B, C, D, this is one branch. B, D, this is another branch. B, A, D, this is the third branch. Now whatever current you are choosing here, suppose you are choosing I current. Clear? So in this branch you can see I. Here. And if you are choosing I1 in this current, so in this whole current will be I1. So if in this branch you are, this is I1, so this will be I minus I1. So in this whole branch B, C, D, current is I minus I1. You can see we have started from here. Suppose from 2 volt I current starts, and up to here I current will be there. If I current is leaving the cell, then I current will enter the cell also. Now at this junction I current is coming. Suppose we have taken I1 current is going. Now what will be the rest current? Suppose it is X. By first law we have seen incoming current is positive, outgoing is negative, 0. So X is I minus I1. That is why I have written here I minus I1. Clear? Second thing, important thing you have to keep in your mind, that you have to write the current near the resistance only. Near the resistance. Why? Because potential drop is across the resistor only. Here at this you can see there is no resistor. So if there is no resistor, there will be no potential drop. So no need to write the current at that point. Clear? So you have to write the current near the resistor only. That's so that you can easily find I into R. Now, when you do all these things, then you choose the loop. Suppose I am taking BADB. BADB, first loop. BADB means I am moving in clockwise direction. That's why I have written clock. You can take anti-clockwise. Answer will be same. Second loop I have chosen BDCB. Now, after choosing the loop and current distribution, now you apply Kirchhoff's second rule. Okay, I am starting from B. When I will move from minus to plus. In the previous class we have seen from minus to plus you have to take as minus E. So what is EMF? 1. So I have to take minus 1. Now I am moving against this current I. So the potential drop I into 1, when you are moving against the current, the potential drop IR is negative. So I into 1 is minus I. Here also I am moving against the current. Now I am moving from A to D. So I into 2, that is 2I, that is also negative. Against the current when you are moving across the resistor, you have to take the product negative. Here positive to negative. You can see positive to negative when you are doing EMF as plus. Now from D to B you are moving against the current. So the product 2 into I1 IR is negative. That is equal to 0. So minus 3I minus 2I1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Equation 1. Now BDCB, from B to D, the product IR, I am moving in the direction of current, so the product IR is positive. From D to C, first I will face the cell from minus to plus. From minus to plus, EMF is negative. Then this product I minus I1 into 1, this product I am moving against the current, so product is negative. From C to B, this product of 3 into I minus I1, 3 into I minus I1, that we are moving against the current. You can see against the current product is minus IR. So here will be minus. Now from positive to negative, plus 3 is equal to 0. Now if we will solve, minus 3I minus I minus 4I, 2I1 plus I1, 3I1 plus 3, 6I1. Plus 3 minus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. This is equation 2. Now you can see there are two variables I and I1, and there are two equations also. So by substitution or elimination method you can easily solve. I am solving this for you. Minus 3 minus 2I1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Minus 4I plus 6I1 minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. Multiply this by 4 and this by 3, and again you write. This will be minus 12I minus 6I1 plus 4 is equal to 0. This will be minus 12I plus 18I1 minus 6 is equal to 0. Now subtract them. This will be like this. So this will cancel out, and 18 and 16 minus 24 and 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6, it will be 10. This is minus 2I1 minus I minus 3I, that is minus 4I, plus I1 plus 3I1 plus 4I1 plus 6. Sorry, here it is plus 3 minus 1, that is plus 2. This will be minus. So 4 minus 2, 4 minus 6, that is minus 2 is equal to 0. So I1 is, this will go in this side, minus 24 I1 is equal to 2. I1 is 2 by minus 24, that is minus 1 by 30. Clear? So calculation problem is there. Always I see that in every year when Kirchhoff's law question is given, the student face problem in the calculation. So remember student, if it is of 3 marks, then 2 marks will be given to you on the equation, and only 1 marks is allotted in the solution. And if the examiner is lenient, then he or she will give you half marks on this also. If answer is not coming, you have tried to solve, then half marks may be given to you. So very important to write the equation. If you have not the time, don't solve, but at least you write the equation. So when I1, you got the I1 value of I1, you can find I. So what is the first question? Potential difference between B and D. So what is I1? That is minus 1 by 13, and IR. So potential difference is minus 1 by 13 into R, that is 2. So minus 2 by 13. Here, minus plus doesn't matter. Minus means that if some student have taken direction just opposite to me, he will get plus 1 by 13. Clear? So don't worry of minus or plus in the variation of answer. 1 by 13 all will get. Those who will take direction from D to B, they will get plus 1 by 13, and if you are taking opposite, you will get minus 1 by 13. Potential difference across the terminal of G and H. For G I am finding here. So G and H, suppose this is G cell. So you can see potential difference formula is E minus I into R. Here, for that you have to find this I minus I1. So I1 already you have find. You find here it is E is 3 minus I minus I1 into R. R is 3. So I1 already you have found. So you can find I from this and put the value here. You will get the result. Here you can solve yourself also. Now second question. So in this second question, determine current in each branch. Okay, we have 2 cell. So suppose I cell is coming from this current. So I will enter also. I have told whatever current you are taking out from the cell, that current you have to send inside the cell. And the current in the branch is same from C to A. C to A is a branch. So I current is here, I current is here. Now out of this I current at this junction, suppose some current here I1 current moves in this direction. So what is the remaining? I minus I1. Clear? Already I have told you method how to find. Now I1 current comes here. Suppose from this cell I2 current is coming. So I2 will come here and I1 will come here. So what current will leave here? I1 plus I2. Now at this point C, current coming is I1 plus I2. This current going is I. So what will be this current? X. So sum of the current is 0. So this is incoming current toward the junction. So this is I1 plus I2. This is leaving current. So this is X. So this current is I1 plus I2 minus I. So I2 current was coming, leaving the cell E. So I2 current will also enter. So this is the distribution of current. Now you will solve. I will write the equation and you have to solve yourself because solution take a lot of time. So first you take the loop A, B, C, D. Suppose you are moving in clockwise. So A, B, C, D. See, in the direction of current, potential drop 4 into I1 is positive. 4 into I1. Direction of current, potential drop is positive. Now in the direction of current from B to C, we are moving from A to B, B to C. Direction of current. So this product of these two will be positive. Plus 2 I1 plus I2 is positive. Now from C to A, again we are moving in the direction of current. So 1 into I is positive. Then minus 2 plus. Minus 2 plus, we are taking EMF as minus. So minus 10 is equal to 0. So if you will write 4I1 plus 2I1, 6I1 plus 2I2 plus I minus 10 is equal to 0, equation 1. Now we move to next branch. Suppose direction is same, A, C, D, B. A, C, D, B. Not branch, in loop. A, C, D, B. Here. So you see, from A to C, we are going from positive to negative terminal. So EMF is positive to negative. EMF is positive to negative, plus. Now, against the current we are going. So I into 1 is negative. From C to D, 2 into this current is, we are moving in the direction of current, so plus 2 into I1 plus I2 minus I is. Now from D to B we are moving against the current, so product is minus 4 I minus I1 is equal to 0. So if we will write 2i1 plus 4, 6i1 plus 2i2 minus 2i minus 4i minus 6 minus 7 plus 10 is equal to 0. Equation 2. Now in the loop BEDB, again we are moving clockwise. From B to E, E to D, we are only cell. Here, this is of 5 volt. So we are moving from plus to negative terminal. So it is 5. Now from D to C, against the current we are moving. D to C. So this product is minus I1 plus I2 minus I. Now from C to B, against the current. So 2 into I1 plus I2 is negative, that is 0. So minus 2 minus 2, 4I1. Now you can see we have got the 3 equations. Now you have the variable are I1, I2 and I. So 3 variable and we have 3 equations here. So how to solve this equation? See, first you solve equation 1 and equation 2 and you remove the variable I here. Then you solve equation 2 and 3 and you write the equation in the form of I1 and I2. Solve, this is your homework, solve 1 and 2 and write the equation in I1 and I2 variables. Similarly, 1 and 3 and write equation in terms of I1 and I2. Then you will get 2 equations here and here in variable I1 and I2, and then you have to solve. So that is about the thing which you have already done in class 10, that you can do yourself also. So that's all in this class. So we will stop here and you will try to solve more questions. I will send you. Thank you.